The introduction to the CBRNResponder mobile app webinar will cover the transition from the hazard-specific RadResponder and ChemResponder apps to the new combined CBRNResponder app, what the new functionalities are, how to submit, view, and edit data, and some upcoming features that will be released in the future CBRNResponder app versions. We'll start by going over some background on CBRNResponder. The CBRNResponder network was launched in July of 2019, which brought the existing RadResponder, ChemResponder, and future BioResponder networks under one roof to expand their data collection, information sharing, and event managing capabilities across all hazards. The CBRNResponder website does not and will not replace the RadResponder or ChemResponder specific websites. The CBRNResponder site just simply serves as a hub and a one-stop shop for all of your hazard planning, preparedness, and operational tools and resources. Sponsored by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, and other federal partners, CBRNResponder is a free tool for all state, local, tribal, and territorial emergency response organizations. CBRNResponder is a single sign-on platform that's fully integrated with the RadResponder and ChemResponder networks. So all you need to do is navigate to cbrnresponder.net and sign in with your pre-existing credentials. You don't need to create a new account to access CBRNResponder. The events, personnel, partnerships, equipment, facilities, field teams, etc., those all remain the same in RadResponder and ChemResponder. From the CBRNResponder homepage, you do have the option to access your events and organization details, but you can also still go to your RadResponder and ChemResponder specific sites if you prefer. The only change with the introduction of CBRNResponder is the consolidation of the RadResponder and ChemResponder mobile apps into a single all-hazard CBRNResponder mobile app. So most of you on the line probably have a RadResponder or the ChemResponder app downloaded, and these will eventually be removed from the app stores, and we will no longer support the individual apps beginning of August 2022. And from here on out, any new features added to CBRNResponder, which includes RadResponder and ChemResponder specific features that pertain or translate to mobile, will only be available on the CBRNResponder app, which includes, but is not limited to, the user drawing and GIS file viewing on the mobile event map, the radiological simulation capability, among others. The CBRNResponder mobile application does combine all features from the Chem and RadResponder specific apps into one single application. If your organization only has equities in one hazard, such as RAD, you will not see the Chem or bio-specific features in your CBRNResponder application, so that it's only pertinent to what your job responsibilities entail. Version 1 of the CBRNResponder mobile app is available for you to download on your iOS, Android, and Windows devices from those respective app stores. All you'll have to do is search for CBRNResponder in the App Store, and you'll see it come up as being available to download. And this screenshot here was taken from the Apple App Store, and the application is free. So now that you have a little background on the CBRNResponder program and the transition into the single app, we'll talk now about opening up the app for the first time and how you can go ahead and get started. Once you've downloaded the CBRNResponder app and it's on your device's homepage, you'll open the app, and then you are now brought to the login page of the CBRNResponder app. You'll tap Sign In to enter your existing RadResponder and ChemResponder username and password. Once your credentials have been entered, you'll tap Log In to be brought to the new CBRNResponder landing page. This landing page is going to look a little different, but it's also going to be more intuitive and help you navigate through the app a little better. At the top, you'll see the first option. So if you're looking to submit and view data, you'll need to select the corresponding event. This Select Event button will bring you to the Events List page. The chat button will take you to the future chat function. This is not available, but it will be available in version 1.1. The chemical sit-reps option will only appear for users that have the chemical hazard enabled for their organization. So if you're a RAD-only organization, you will not see this option. You can click this button to view and create your organization sit-reps. You'll see a list of any chemical sit-reps created by you on this device, as well as the ability to open a sit-rep and view the details of it. The facilities option will take you to the list of all of your organization's facilities. And this is also where you can upload your floor plans to your facilities. So here's my list of all of my facilities. If I select a facility, I'll view the details of it and have the ability to upload a corresponding floor plan. The resource button is a new feature, and this allows you to view your mobile resource sets. Now, we won't go too in depth on what this capability is. We do actually have an upcoming webinar on this capability and the specifics of it, but for now, you just need to know that resource sets are a new feature, and it's a group of CBRNResponder resources such as documents, tools, and videos that are pushed to the user's mobile device. So these sets are targeted to the CBRNResponder mobile app, where you can view, download, and access those resources. So when you open the resource section, you'll see all resources that you have access to, the resources that you have recently viewed, the resources that you have downloaded to your device that you can use offline, and resources that have not yet been downloaded to your device. Last but certainly not least is the profile page, and this is where you can manage your mobile app settings, view release notes, log out, etc. The settings option is where you can manage your location, tracking, photo quality, and data collection preferences. You can view all events that you have hidden from your events list. The What's New button will bring you to the release notes for the most recent app update. Privacy policy is where you can view the privacy policy while using the CBRNResponder app. Diagnostics is going to allow you to reset the database and view app information, and also the ability to log out or sign out of your account. You will see this cloud sync icon throughout the app, and this is to give you easy access so you can resync your app or events at any time. So that's the basic landing page. We're now going to talk about how you can search for and select an event to then enter data into. If this is your first time in the CBRNResponder app, you'll just have this one option. You'll see the select event option, which will then take you to the events list. If you have already opened an event in the CBRNResponder app, you will see two options. The first option will allow you to return to your most recently selected event, and the second option allows you to choose a different event. Regardless, once you're in the select event screen, you will see the following. You'll see the event search bar at the top, the network-wide emergency response event, the ability to create an event, which is a new feature, and this is only available for those that have the admin, planner, or event creator role. Your events list is filtered into two categories: events that are sponsored or created by your organization, and events that your org is partnered on or you've been added to as an individual responder. And then from your events list, you'll see the individual event, some of their details, and this is where you'll select it to open the events homepage. Now, your events list will only show active events, meaning that data has been submitted into those events within the last 30 days or has been marked as routine that you have access to, which means it's either been created by your organization or shared with you. Now, your event list may differ from your neighbor's events list, and that's because it's dependent per user and which organizations they're on and which organizations they belong to. Like I mentioned, you can switch between the From My Org and Shared With Me filters to find the data, to find the event that you need to submit data into. Emergency response events will be indicated by a red tile. So at the top, you have your network-wide emergency response event, and this is available for everyone. If you have emergency response events that are shared with you or from your organization, They will also show up in red, such as your default emergency response event or an individual real-world emergency. If you do not see the event you need to submit data into on either of your lists, you can utilize that search bar at the top. If you do not have access to an event, but you need access to it, you'll search for the event, select the event, and then select Request Access, which you can see I'm doing here. Once you've been granted access or you already have access, you'll open the event that you need to submit data into to be brought to the event configuration page. This page is going to look familiar because we do have it on the individual RAD and ChemResponder apps. And this is where you're going to set your responder tracking preferences, if you want it on or off. You can download any simulations, which is a RAD-only capability. This is also where you can download or upload your floor plans. Once your initial preferences have been selected, you'll just press that check mark button in the upper right-hand corner to be brought to your home screen. At any point, you can always navigate back to the configuration menu to change your preferences or settings. So now we're in the event space, and we'll talk a little bit about the new event home screen. Unlike the RadResponder and ChemResponder apps, none of the functions are hidden behind a menu, and they all exist on your home page. You'll always know which event you're in by looking at the event name at the top. So I can see here I'm in the FSU football game, August 14th, 2021 monitoring event. If you need to resync your event at any time, you'll see that cloud icon in the upper right-hand corner. So why would you need to resync your event? And this is probably going to ring a bell for those of you who have been with us for a while. But syncing brings new and updated event information from the website down to your mobile app. This includes field teams, equipment, facilities and floor plans, and simulations. There are four main sections of the event home screen. The first section are these blue buttons. This is where you will have your data collection and event parameters, so collecting data, viewing data, and managing your event configuration. Your CBRNResponder app navigation, so these green buttons are going to, the main menu is going to quickly bring you back to that CBRN app homepage and a quick link to your resource sets. You then have your tracking. This will include your location accuracy and the ability to turn on and off tracking. And that bottom bar has your event notifications, chat, and profile. This includes your alerts, assignments, links to the homepage, chat, and your profile. Now it's time to submit data, which is why you're in an event and on the mobile app in the first place, most likely. The very first button at the top is going to be the Submit Data button, and you'll click into this to choose a data type. You'll notice these icons are the same from the RAD and ChemResponder apps to keep that consistency for you all. Now, if you need to return to your event home screen, you can press the middle home button at any time to be brought back. But back into my Choose a Data Type page, if my event is multi-hazard, I have both RAD and Chem or the future bio hazards enabled, the data types can be sorted out by hazard. So you can see the first option is all of my data points, then just RAD, and then just Chem. Tap the hazard filter to sort the list to only show data types associated with that hazard. So again, here's my RAD only data types, and here are my Chem only data types. I'll select the data type that I wish to enter data into to be brought to my data collection entry form. Now, the form details are going to be the same fields. They just may be presented a little differently. You're required to fill out all the required fields for each form, and these are all indicated by red asterisks in order to save the data point. You're also encouraged to fill out as many optional fields as you can. And so optional fields do not have the red asterisk, such as is background, the height, distance from source, etc. All data point forms also have a free text comment field and the ability to add any pictures or documents as attachments. For attachments, you can choose, like I mentioned, photos or documents. And depending on which permissions you have given the CBRNResponder app, you may need to allow access to your photo library or camera and choose the upload quality before you actually are able to add an attachment. So for example, here, if I'm looking to add a photo, I will need to choose my photo source. So whether I want to take a picture through my phone's camera or if I want to upload a picture that I already took through my phone's photo library. I'll then choose the quality or size if I don't have that preference set already. And then if I am choosing camera, I may need to allow access to the app to access your camera. These are all settings that you can set ahead of time in your profile settings to make this quicker and easier for you, but this is something that you may need to do the first time around. Adding photos, documents, and comments allows for those data viewers and data assessors that are sitting at the EOC or back at the incident command. They can then have more information relating to your data point. Some examples of where you can use the comment and attachment fields would be to take a picture of the reading on your actual piece of equipment for validation that the reading was entered correctly. You can take a picture of your surroundings or the location that you're at. You can enter weather information in the comments. You could also enter the serial number of the equipment if it hasn't already been entered into CBRNResponder, and any other relevant information. We do ask that you do not include any photos with or of personnel when you are attaching photos to the data points. And lastly, at the bottom of all data entry forms is the general details section. And so this is where your name, the date and time, organization, field team, and location are reported. If you are someone who's a member of more than one organization, you will also need to choose the organization that you want the data point to be associated with. By default, your location is reported as your current location, which is based on your device's GPS. You can look at your location accuracy to see if this margin of error is acceptable for your readings reported location. This is the current coordinates that my phone is saying that I am at. And then my accuracy, which is 65 meters, indicates that my reported location has a margin of error of 65 meters. Next to that accuracy number, you'll also see a colored circle based on your accuracy range. So if it's green, that indicates that your accuracy is 30 meters or less. Orange, your accuracy is greater than 30 meters. Or if there is none, that indicates that your location services have been turned off. At any point, you can turn on or off your tracking. If your tracking is off and you want to turn it on, you'll press that gear icon and then select Enable Tracking. And similarly, you will press that gear icon and then select Disable Tracking if your tracking was on, but you now want to turn it off. Now back to my location. If my currently reported location's accuracy is not precise enough for where I want to report my data is being taken at, you can change your location mode to best represent and report your actual location. So this is going to be very similar to the RadResponder and ChemResponder apps. You'll select your location to see the details. And this is where I can see greater information about my current location. And I will also see on a map where my phone is saying I am. Now, if I want to change this location mode, I'm going to click into the top and select location mode. And I am brought now to an additional menu where I can choose how I want to record my location. So I can enter a lat and long if I have an external GPS device. I can enter an address if I am responding to a call and I know the address that I'm at. If I have a sampling location or facilities pre-uploaded, I can select from those as well. But we're going to focus on selecting from the map. This is going to allow you to choose your location by tapping a location on the map. Once I select my new location, I can see some few things from this menu. So my current location range, which is based on my device's GPS, will be indicated by a white outlined circle. And then my new selected location will be indicated by the blue dot with the white circle. Once I'm satisfied with my location reporting, I will just select that check mark in the upper right-hand corner, and I'll be brought to my form, and I'll now see the coordinates of my newly selected location. Back on this form, I'll just ensure that all of my necessary information has been filled out with as much additional information as possible. When I'm ready to save that data point, I'll press my save icon. If I am submitting a field survey and you have not selected a piece of equipment, you'll receive a warning message just letting you know that your data point does not meet FIRMAC data quality standards. You can still save your data point. Again, this just serves as a warning. For all other data types, you will receive a message letting you know that your data point has been saved. And conversely, once you just click, save and do not warn again, or just save without equipment, you will also receive this confirmation message. After you save a data point, a new blank form of the same data type will appear to allow for continuous data entry. If you don't want to submit another data point, you'll just press the X in the upper left-hand corner. So I've submitted a few data points. Now I want to actually go in and view the data. So after I've submitted my data, I'm going to select the Home button at the bottom to be brought back to my event homepage. To view the collected data, I'm going to select Collected Data from the event home screen, and I'm now brought to my Collected Data page. As a reminder, this list is not comprehensive of all event data. It's only going to show the data collected by you on this particular device. Next to each data point, you will see the data type, the ID number, when it was collected, and you'll also see the upload status of the individual data points. A gray arrow indicates that the data point is in the upload queue, and a green check mark indicates that the data point has been uploaded to the server. The benefit of having something being uploading or in the pending queue allows you to collect data offline. So no cell service, Wi-Fi, or data connection is required to collect data. And then once your data connection is restored, your data point will ping the server and be uploaded. You can have a ton of data points that are in that pending upload queue. I believe one data point that's pending upload is about the size of a single text message, so you don't have to worry about a lot of data being wasted on this pending upload. Once the data point's been uploaded, it's then available for all event responders to see on the website. I can see here my gamma survey of 5.5 microhour per hour has been uploaded, and on that same event, I can see that data point of 5.5 microhour per hour. From the mobile app, I can filter between the data points that are pending upload, successfully uploaded, and data points that have failed upload for whatever reason. I'll navigate between the different filters. Aside from the collected data list, you can also navigate to the mobile event map to see the data in a geospatial environment. The benefit of seeing the data on the map is that you can also see other data points that were not collected by you. You'll press the Home button to be brought back to the event homepage, and you'll select Event Map. The icons that you see on the top reflect the event's data and other event information. I'll press the Filters icon to determine what I want to see on my event map. The My Data Only filter at the top, if this is toggled on, you will only see data that you collected on the event map. If it is toggled off, like it is here, you'll then be able to see all data on the map. Scroll down through the filters list and toggle on and off the information that you want to see. If you have a GIS file on your event, you can now add it to your mobile map, which is a new feature of the CBRNResponder application. You'll see here I'm selecting the different layers that I want displayed. I'll save my filters. And all my filters are now applied. Once your filters have been set, you can view the basic details of collected data by selecting one of the data point icons. So here I'm going to select that red gamma. I'll see the quick details. I can expand it for more information. I can also select the details of any point on the map to be given directions on how to navigate to that location. So if I wanted to navigate to where a reading was taken or the event center is, I'll just select that icon and then select Open Navigation to Location. And based on my device's mapping apps, it'll give me walking or driving directions. The target icon at the top will recenter your map view from your current location to the event center. I'm first going to select my location. So this is where I currently am. And then I'm going to choose Event Center to center my location to where the event actually is. So that's going to really come in handy, especially if your event is fairly large and you're not actually in a close proximity to where the event is actually occurring. You can switch the map views from street, satellite, and hybrid depending on your preferences. Next, I'll chat a little bit about editing data. For data that you entered in CBRNResponder, you can go back to edit your data at any point if you either made a mistake upon data entry, you wanted to add more information to the record, or you simply wanted to delete the record. You'll navigate to your collected data list and select the data point that you want to edit. Note that you can edit a data point regardless of its upload status. This screen allows me to view all of the reading details, and if I want to edit or delete it, I'll just select that pencil icon in the upper right-hand corner to be brought to the edit form. I can now add, edit, remove any information such as equipment, comments, attachments, etc. This is really handy if you're trying to collect a lot of data at once in a rapid fashion, and you want to go back later to add that additional information that you just didn't have time to do on the fly. Once you're done, you'll select that save icon, and you'll get a message that your survey or any data type has been saved. If you wanted to delete the point, you'll just select delete and then confirm that this is what you want to do. And note that you can only delete a record once you're in that edit page. Next, we'll go over alerts and assignments. For each event, you'll have a corresponding alerts and assignments screen for easy access, which can be selected at the bottom of your event homepage. Once an alert has been triggered that has been set to notify you, or you have been given a data collection assignment, you'll receive a notification based on your notification preferences that you set for your own profile. So to the left, I have a notification for alerts, and on the right, I have a push notification for a data collection assignment. For alerts, I can select my notification to be brought into the CBRNResponder mobile app. I'll select View Alert to see the details of said alert. If I receive the notification of the alert, but I am in the middle of something, I don't want to view it right away, I can always navigate to that alert screen later. I'll just select Close from the pop-up, and then at any point, I'll just enter into the alerts page by clicking that bell alert icon. On my alerts page, I'll see two different filters. The first one is the show only my alerts, and this will show me alerts that were triggered where I was on the list of personnel to notify. And the other option is all alerts that were triggered for this event. I can navigate between the filters and select which alert I want to view the full details. Same goes for assignments. You'll get a similar notification, whether that be a push notification, text, or email. Again, all depending on the preferences that you set. You'll select View Assignment to see the details of the assignment. And same with alerts. If you don't want to view it right away, you can always just select Close and then navigate to the assignments page later. So that's the list icon at the bottom of your location accuracy. And you'll be brought then to your full assignments list. You'll see that there are some different filter categories. You'll see All, which is a list of all of your assignments regardless of their completion status, your incomplete assignments, and your complete assignments. You can navigate between these filters and then open the assignment that you want to complete. So those were the main functions of the new CBRNResponder application that are available for you now. I do want to highlight the upcoming chat feature though, since this has been a very highly requested and sought after feature. So the ability to chat through CBRNResponder and whether that be through the mobile app or the website has been highly requested over the past few years. So you asked and we listened. Chat does need to be enabled for each organization. So if this is something that you would like to leverage when it's released, just email us at support@cbrnresponder.net and we can turn that function on for you. The new chat feature can be accessed from the landing page or within an event. If you do not have any conversations yet, you can initiate a new conversation by selecting Start New Conversation. You'll then be brought to the conversation type. You can either message an individual responder or you can message an entire field team. Here, I'm just selecting an individual person and I'm going to select the next arrow to begin the chat. I'll type in my message and then select that send icon to send the message. If I have multiple conversations that have already been in progress, I can choose to filter to show online personnel from my current list of conversations. You can receive and send messages in real time as long as you do have some sort of data connection. Here, you can see at the bottom, I received a notification that I have a message, and now I'm going to go in and respond. The message platform is still under development, so this is not the final version that you'll see. We still have a few more tweaks, but this will hopefully give you a good preview. The messaging is going to look similar to if you have an iPhone or an Android, the messaging app through there. I'll see the date and time sent, and then the date and time of the message received. We have a few upcoming new features that will be in the next release of the CBRNResponder mobile app. So they're still under development, but they are coming. And that's the ability to see user drawings and have user drawing support on the map, improved sync speed, and the new chemical sample data type. We're still working and progressing this application, so it's as useful and beneficial to you all as you start to make your transition from those RadResponder and ChemResponder apps to the single CBRNResponder mobile application.